Hey, what's up, you guys? Today I'm going to show you how I find turnkey rental properties out of state that have 8% cash on cash return. So I'm going to show you how I do that today with a tool called Cash On. First, I go to Zillow.com and I go to the city that I want to invest in. So let's check out Philadelphia. So if you already have Cash On installed, it should just be a Chrome extension that lives in your Chrome extension toolbar. You just click on it and it will analyze the market and give you the estimated cash on cash return. So cash on can only analyze up to 500 properties at once. So this map has 6,352 properties. So let's dial in our filters as much as possible. What I like to do is start with single family homes. You just include townhomes as well. I also like to deselect auctions and foreclosures because these aren't going to be good turnkey properties. I also like to go with, a minimum of 1,500 square feet. You're going to have these properties with undisclosed bed and bath. That will mean they're not livable. So we definitely want to be ruling these properties out. We want at least 3 beds, 1 bath. And you see here that every time I update my filters on the left, the cash on is going to update on the right. We're definitely seeing properties in the northern end. So let's just zoom in. And as you can see here, when I click the next button, we see the next page of properties and it will load the cash on cash return. It's going to calculate the cash on cash return. So let's go back to the first page because the first page is going to have the best cash on cash return. So the way cash on cash return is calculated is it's grabbing the rental estimate for the property. Let's just take this property as an example. Zillow thinks you can get $1,733 a month. So it'll take the rent estimate as your rental income. It'll subtract out all the expenses like property taxes, home insurance that you would see in Zillow. Let me just show you here. So it's going to grab all these numbers, property taxes, home insurance, and whatnot, and it'll put those in as your expenses, and then that'll use that information to calculate your cash on cash return. Now, the nice thing is you can customize everything. So for right here, right now I'm overriding everything to have a 6.5% interest rate, a down payment of 10%, closing costs of 3%. Since I'm looking for turnkey properties, I'm limiting myself to a renovation cost of $10 per square feet. It shouldn't be too crazy. I'm doing a management fee of 10% because remember, we're looking for out-of-state turnkey properties. We're going to assume a vacancy percent of 5% and an other operating cost of 5%. This is going to be for like your CapEx. And we're not going to specify home insurance and mortgage insurance because that's going to be automatically pulled by Zillow. And we're just going to leave the utility fees at 0 because our tenants are going to pay for that. And so that's how you get your cash on cash return. So let's just take a look at some of these properties here. This area has 860 properties. The properties sorted from best to worst. Let's just step through until we find a turnkey property. This doesn't look like a turnkey property. It looks like it needs a lot of work, so we're just going to keep moving on. This one only 4 photos, so let's keep moving. Wow, so you can kind of see here that properties that are below or around 100K are not looking good. So we'll want to dial in our search a bit more, probably to be a minimum of 100,000. So why don't we do that? And you can see here, the table updates instantly. And let's just do this quickly. So this is how I'd actually do it. I just open up a bunch and I'd step through them. Let's see here. We already saw this one. This one's all boarded up, so that's not going to be good. Nah. No. Okay, here we got our first 200K one, so this might be, we might be making progress. No, I don't like listings with only one or a couple photos without photos of the interior. Those are not going to be turnkey. This probably definitely needs some work, so it's not bad, but it's not good. So we'll skip. Okay, here we go. This one looks promising. The bathroom needs a bit of work, and then this bedroom needs a bit of work too. Why don't we keep stepping through a bit? No. Oh, that's okay. All right. So I actually like the look of this one. This is a pretty typical unit, 3-bed, 3-bath, so this is going to be easy to rent out. 1,600 square feet. The unit looks nice. Definitely move-in ready, I would say. So what we're going to do here is we're going to refresh, which is going to activate the click to analyze button. And when you click on the click to analyze button, it's going to pull all the data from Zillow, like the purchase price, square footage, and the rental estimates and the HOA property taxes. And it's going to bring you to this page, which is our calculator. You can see here it's brought over the purchase price. It has our overrides in here, our closing cost, which was 3%, our renovation cost, which was $10 per square footage. So remember that was 1,560 square feet, so this is right. And yeah, and so this property could make us 10% cash on cash return. What I always like to do is analyze the rent and analyze the rental comps that come with it. So let's take a look here. Let's click on Zillow rental estimates and comps. This will show us why Zillow thinks that you can get $2,054 a month for this property. So let's look at the rental comps for properties within 1 mile, and this is a 3-bed, 3-bath. So let's look at 3-bedroom homes. Okay. See here, right on the same block, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,900 square feet, 1,900 per month. Okay, so this is going to be nicer than our unit, so we might need to drop the rent for our unit a bit. Let's take a look around. Here we go, and here's another one. Remember that ours is 1,560 square feet. This one didn't list the square footage, but this one does at 1,000 square footage. So if they're the same, then people might be willing to pay more for ours since it's larger, although this is really nice. 3-bed, 2-bath at 1,000 square feet. This is not that nice, but it is significantly bigger. So if this property is going for $1,950, let's drop our rent to $1,900 and see what we can get. So when we drop the rent to $1,900, we can see that the cash on cash return has dropped to 7.8%. And you know, yeah, I'll probably keep the 15,000 renovation cost. There's probably gonna be some stuff I need to touch up. Property taxes, home insurance. This is just an estimate. I'm definitely gonna want to go get a real home insurance and actually look up on the county records what the real property tax is. But since we're doing 20%, we have no private mortgage insurance. Remember, this includes a 10% management fee, 5% for capex, and 5% for vacancy. So yeah, this is a decent deal at 7.88% cash on cash return. And you know, if you want to share it with a business partner or a client that you have that needs real estate investments, you can always just click the share analysis, and then you can just paste it as a link into an email, and then they can see your analysis as well. So that's how I'd go about finding a good investment in a new city that I've never been before.